On the battlefield, I'm a warrior, ready to kill or be killed. I've defeated orcs from the north, sent Kandorian demon spawns back to the depths, and drank with Cimmerian heroes. But when I get back from a hard day of disemboweling my enemies, I enjoy nothing more than to open my castle doors and find a dungeon crate as my reward for blood well spilled. Designed for role players and tabletop gamers, Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service with a treasure hoard of loot you can use on or off the battlefield. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handcrafted items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. So what say you? Are you ready for postal glory? Oh boy. DungeonCrate.com. Let the adventure begin!
Music sometimes. Welcome to the Comic Clowns Podcast. This is Bruce War, Chief Hoover,
Mark the Dwarf Kokiatric,
Chris the Enforcer Vasquez,
and Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker.
And today we've got ourselves with us Chris Crow Danielson, or Birdie, as you'll hear us call him over and over and over again.
the Birdman.
Hi. There we go.
Hi.
Hi. All right.
Weak ass introductions.
I love weak ass introductions. I want to say hello to everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good. Doing all right.
You were
Really?
You're
doing all right?
you were steaming earlier.
That's my personal
Sun
life.
is coming.
I gotcha.
That's my personal shit. I'm doing good for all they know.
So that's what we're going with. Got it.
Mark's hidden behind the visage of a camera.
So now they know you're lying.
Well, now that you pointed it out, fuck you guys.
Mark, you're on the same level as all of us. We hate our jobs and we're trying to do something better with our lives.
They
Ready?
didn't have to know that.
I don't have a job.
See, they didn't have to know that.
They didn't need to know that either, but they know now.
No, they know.
But they knew Kyle. Or knew Kyle didn't have a job. Kyle has school.
It's to get them more involved in us.
We want them to.
We want them to care.
People don't care.
I know.
If they cared, they'd listen more.
For all we know, they do.
Oh, true.
They just don't comment.
The ones that are listening, we can't tell them to listen more. They're already listening.
Exactly. Kyle, how you doing?
I'm alive.
That's
I'm
great.
good.
That's awesome. How school going well? Obviously, you
Finals are Monday and Tuesday.
Trying to
Just
get-
presentations.
trying to get a teacher fired.
Oh, I already did that one.
Good
So
job.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Awesome. Trying to get me a job with that one right there. Trying to get himself a job.
that one's better. I'm going to teach and go to school at the same time if possible.
Chris, how was it? Your internship's wrapping up. How did that go for you?
It's going all right. Upcoming week, the last week of it.
Did you learn anything good? Learn any tools, tips, tricks?
Actually, yeah, I did.
Write it down.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. There we go. That last part's very important.
Trust me, I wrote this stuff down. Like these are some shorthands that actually pay off really well. So.
I'm not going to lie here. You have a lot less scars on your hands than I anticipated.
That's because it's mostly burns.
That's what I was waiting for.
They saw you with a knife one time and went, yeah, no.
Yeah, they had the same deal your parents did. I'm not allowed to have knives anymore. So.
I believe that one.
Birdie, how's everything going?
You guys woke me up.
Which is great because I've been down here for 4 hours playing WoW prior to waking you up, which means I'm doing a good job.
He finally woke you up. Don't bring us into this.
Yeah.
Actually, if it was anyone, I'm pretty sure it was Mark.
Excellent. Blame the dwarf.
Yeah, probably.
Everybody came down into the. I mean, he's not used to having to be quiet coming down into the mines, you know.
You don't have to be quiet when you go.
Oh, there's. I'm doing fine. Work is work. I'm trying not to, kill people. But, that's normal.
No one asked you.
I know. I asked myself. And you know what? As long as I respond, I'm not as crazy as I think I am.
No, you're not supposed to respond to your own questions. That is the sign of crazy. Yes, crazy. Crazy. Combination of insanity and crazy.
Crazy.
Chrisanity. Awesome. I would like to thank, Dungeon Crate. for sponsoring us recently. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to put that out there. If you go to our Twitch page, the link's on there as well. We're going to get that put onto our Gab Radio page, and we're going to put that onto our thing. I didn't get a chance to actually make the formal announcement. I did before on Facebook Live, but they're doing a great job. They're Loot Crate, Geek Box, all that stuff, but for dungeon miniatures, handcrafted like dice and things like that, as well as digital content. So we have our own promo code, COMICCLOWNSDC, which is I was like, okay, hold on. Then I thought to myself, okay, it's Comic Clown's Dungeon Crate. Got it now, all right? Because if you did DC, I'm like, okay, Marvel's really gonna be mad at us.
To be fair, we bash Marvel a lot.
We bash both equally. I'm not gonna lie.
To be fair, they really haven't produced anything for us to praise.
It's true.
Also true. Except for their comics. Comics aren't doing too bad right now. I'm enjoying Thanos. Thanos is great.
That's good.
Thanos is fantastic.
Yeah, I am enjoying Venom.
But I mean, like I love it. Thanos wins in the last thing says Thanos is back, and I'm like, yay! Just in time for the movie.
No more space cancer.
No, he got that fixed. He had that taken care of.
Doesn't have God cancer anymore.
No more God cancer.
Did you require God chemo?
Yes, actually, it was quite interesting. His son Thane had the Phoenix Force, and then came down to fight as like the three witches that gave Thanos his power back. Like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to have that. Get rid of the bird, and literally just pushed the bird out of him. And went, fly away, old bird. And tweet, and literally was like tweet, and literally said these three omnipotent beings were like tweet, caw, and literally be gone, old bird, and shooed the freaking Phoenix Force away. It was great. It was hilarious.
Wow.
And then started like literally, it's just like, now you'll fight Thanos without that power, and then they banished Lady Death. She's like, we didn't kill her. It's like, yeah, you bitch. We're gonna Thanos won't hit a lady, but we will, and got just banished her away. It's like, that is awesome. And Thanos is back to being a dick, and it's awesome.
Jesus,
it's good times.
alrighty.
It was a great story. If you can go through it, read the whole thing, it was fantastic. But we're not here to talk about Marvel Comics. We're here to talk about DC Comics. For finally, after I said we were going to, but then we got heated over a movie, and now we're going to be doing, we're talking about Batman Metal.
Before we get heated over Justice League, because we tried doing that about 5 minutes ago.
Had to stop that. But we're gonna go here. We're gonna talk about the seven characters. It's awesome. And gonna have Kyle give the backstory of it. We're gonna have Birdie's here because he wants to talk about the Red Racer or Red Death. Excuse me.
Red Racer.
Keep calling him Red Racer. I don't know why. Because just
Well,
Batman,
you
right?
wouldn't be wrong.
I know, right? We got him with the Red Death. Kyle's gonna then go into the Murder Machine and the Dawnbreaker. Chris will do the one who drowned. I'll do the Merciless. And then you'll do
The Devastator.
The Devastator. And then we'll all come in and throw in our ones for the Batman Who Laughs, because he's the only one that actually didn't have like real time stuff. His was long enough where they didn't throw real time stuff into it.
They just kind of expressed of how he came to be.
The whole comic was him.
Yeah.
Not what is he currently doing in this timeline. Like the Red Racer was like he was beating up the Flash while they were telling his story. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty neat. I like it. All right, so Kyle, lead us off. What the hell is this story even about?
Yes.
Great start.
All right, Birdie, introduction.
Oh, okay.
No. Just joking.
So there's this nth metal, I believe is what they call it, which is an extra dimensional dark universe. Controls everything, more or less, that can bring people back to life and a whole bunch of fun stuff. So
It's the Speed Force in metal form.
more or less, it's what they find out is the only thing that can harm these people. But so it really follows. There's the tribe of the bat, the owl, or the bird, and I don't remember the third one off the top of my head.
Neither do I.
Anyone?
Nah.
Bueller.
Bueller. No.
It was the bird. It was
The bird,
the hawk.
the bat. There's a third one.
There was a third one.
I will find that.
Wow, we do not know how to do our homework properly,
it's
do we?
a really long story.
Yeah, it is.
Forged and Casting came out like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
So the bat is the evil one, which is basically been manipulating Batman since the dawn of Batman to bring about their almighty god Barbados to destroy everything and bring the dark universe into the light universe and basically take over. So it follows Connor Hall, Prince Khufu, whatever you want to call him, Hawkman, who's one of the immortals.
Right. Yeah.
They actually do give more of a backstory for him and Princess Shiara. I don't remember her real name and her other pseudonym for Hawkgirl, but they actually explained what those two actually are and not just prince and princess from Egyptian times.
Right, because that's a whole story there.
Yeah. This storyline is literally wrapping up like 5 years of storylines from DC, from what I've been told.
Yeah,
So,
that which is nice because helps answer a lot of questions that people have been wondering about.
yes, but Bruce, you look to have an answer.
If I'm basing this off of the icons that they got here, we got the hawk, the bird, and the wolf. If I'm not mistaken here, I could be wrong though.
So
I'm probably wrong. Oh, my bad. The tribes of the wolf, the bear, the bird, and the bat. The bat's the fourth dark one.
the fourth, the bat's the dark one.
We've just never heard anything about
The wolf or the bear.
Wolf or the bear. We've only heard the hawk and the bat.
Yeah, the hawk, Court of Owls, obviously.
That's why we would completely forget about that.
Right, yes, because we don't talk about them.
Hey, if you're gonna talk, microphone.
No, I'm saying the books haven't talked about the
them.
wolf or the bear yet. They've
Yeah,
only
they
talked about
haven't
the
come
hawk
close to
and the
So
bat.
basically, light and dark side so far. Well, one's dark, right? And the others are what?
One's
They're all
light
they're all-
and corrupted light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all
Corrupted.
kind of bad.
But one's just dark,
Yeah.
Yeah, the bat.
dark and bad. Gotcha. The rest of them are just posers at this point.
That we know of.
that we know of.
You're just there to be there.
Keep going.
So Batman finds Connor's journal in stately Wayne Manor, which was left for him, but
He never saw it before that.
I like it. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for doing it, though. For using text from superheroes to describe stately Wayne Manor, because Batman doesn't know his own address.
Yes.
How do you get there? Through a waterfall, through a cave,
Behind a bookcase and up the stairs.
What do you expect?
Have you ever gone through the front door?
No.
What's a front door? That's what I thought.
Alfred answers that.
But the clan of the Bat, or whatever we're calling them, had already manipulated the journal. So everything Batman does, he thinks he's doing it to save the world, but is actually dooming it by bringing forth Barbados and his Dark Knights.
And Baby Darkseid. Where the hell did he get Baby Darkseid
Baby
from?
Darkseid. That's true. I
He's
forgot about
Batman.
that.
Say what?
Like literally, he was just holding Baby Darkseid. I'm like, where did you have time to go get him?
He's Batman.
Because I remember where Baby Darkseid was.
Boom tube to Acropolis, or whatever.
Yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like he was being held by the mom. He straight Hercules stole that thing like in the middle from the Disney movie. Straight stole that out of the crib and left.
Well, I mean, does it not scare anyone when Diana gave him the sword of Apollo?
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. And she's like, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna try to trade this for something else. Don't. And he's like, fuck her. I'm gonna trade this for something else. And still traded it for something else.
Don't do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. Don't do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing.
This whole actually that's the best sum up for Metal so far. Was for like leading up to this point was Batman. Don't do the thing.
I have to do the thing.
And Batman did all of the things and totally fucked up all of the things.
Yes.
So I want to bring up a question. The Joker in the Batcave.
Alfred.
Alfred. I'm saying it's Alfred. If you guys read the story, there's literally a Joker just hanging out there, found by Hal and Vince. I think his name was Vince. Or was it Luke?
No.
Wasn't Luke? I thought it was a Luke. He looked like
It
a
was
Luke.
Not Robin.
It was
Not-
Duke.
Duke. I knew it was a Ook. I knew it was an Ook. I was just missing the first part of that.
It was
Duke. The signal.
the non-Robin.
The non-Robin.
The non-Robin.
The signal, the Stormlight, whatever they're calling them. The yellow one that stands out.
the biggest target Batman has ever trained.
Yes.
It's the best.
But
way-
not as a Robin.
Exactly. You're not good enough to be a. Does anybody else find that a tad bit?
No, he's supposed to be better.
Okay, good.
He's supposed to be more than what Robin ever stood for.
Which Robin?
Which
All of them?
Damien has to be mad about that.
Yes and no, because if you replace or Damien or bring in another Robin, what are you doing with Damien? You can't let that little narcissistic sociopath out on his own.
No, it's not a good thing.
I think we should. Him and his gargoyle, his dragon,
The Bat Dragon?
the Bat Dragon, Goliath. It's adorable. It's the greatest thing ever created.
So the reason we're saying that Joker in the Batcave is Alfred is because about 2.5 years ago or so,
And-
Batman sat on the chair of knowledge to figure out who the hell the Joker was.
Yep.
And they said, which one? There's 3.
Yeah, and there's 3. And the world's greatest detective didn't stop to think, can I get all 3 of their names? But here's the question about that. And then while we were calling it Alfred, but like Alfred was in, because Alfred wasn't in the room when
No.
Flash showed up, and he brought that up to Flash. That 3 of them, one had just been captured. One is and here's the thing: they're disseminating between them. Like they're showing that like different situations had different Jokers. Like the end game Joker has like the half balding, really slick back hair.
Yeah.
He was on the screen, and then so was like the normal Joker and another Joker who just looked a little bit off. And it's like, so there have been Jokers like different for each storyline, so it's awesome. Like I like that they're doing that, and then I'm hoping that comes to a head soon. Because Joker in this, as you saw, was trying to be the good. Joker was trying to be the good guy.
Yeah, that threw me off.
It's the White Knight. He's taking his pills.
Okay, we're not there, but that's a different storyline. That's a different universe. But he was actually trying to be the good guy. Like he was trying to.
He was.
Like no, like you guys really do not want to do this.
Stop. Step
Stop
away.
what you're doing.
That stuff's bad.
And then a good old crowbar to the face of Hal Jordan.
You know the problem is when Joker's the voice of reason, something is wrong.
That's the moment you listen.
That would
Yeah.
be like Chris trying to tell us not to do something.
guys, you shouldn't be drinking.
That's a lie.
Really?
We're sober right now.
I would
That's a
never tell
lie.
somebody that.
I am sober.
unless it was really bad.
All right, so so pretty much Batman does the thing inside of the temple that he shouldn't have done with Superman and Wonder Woman there, and brings forth. They're like, "Where's Bruce? Where's Bruce?" And literally next thing you know, the 7 rise. I'm saying 7, and I'm good on my math. That's good. 7 rise up, and they all say, "I'm Bruce. I'm Bruce. I'm Bruce," which was confusing about the one who drowned, who's a woman.
They just
And
say,
she
"I'm
said-
here."
Oh, it says, "I'm here."
I'm
my
right
bad.
here.
Oh, you went back and looked at that one for me?
Yeah.
Thanks. I thought they said, "I'm Bruce," because that would have been really confusing. Did they
Isn't
say
it
Bryce?
Bryce?
Yeah,
it's
her name's
Bryce Wayne, and
We'll get there. We'll
we'll
get there.
get to him, though. All right, so
Her?
it's technically with enough organs that she replaced
Yeah,
it. So we move on forward here. Now we got the people here. Gotham's being terraformed. The Bat family, which is weird that Red Hood's not crossing over because everyone else is right now. And Red Hood's not crossing over into this, but Red Hood was part of the chase scene that happened.
They brought it up. They bring it up in the bar where that Jason's not there for some reason. I don't remember the reason, but
But he's in Gotham right now, and it's really confusing.
He's doing something else.
he's dead again.
No, you don't understand. He's not just doing something else. He's talking to Harley Quinn in Belle Rev prison while she's strapped to a machine. Okay, he's meeting with all of the Suicide Squad currently while they're all trapped to him. It's really like I
The
don't know.
fans voted him dead again. Don't worry.
Damn it!
No one likes Jason.
Everyone loves Jason Todd.
I like how you added Todd.
I don't want any of our other listeners to get confused that I'm trying to speak of some other Jason. But that happened. They're now trying to go through and they throw out these cards and increases the powers of.
Well, they're
Batman
they're nth metal cards,
Correct.
so they basically they're trump cards.
And then they increased Mr. Freeze,
Freeze.
Ivy,
Yep.
Riddler.
and Riddler.
Riddler.
Riddler was just pathetic. Riddler was so pathetic.
Why would you
Did
give?
Bane get one?
I gave you the chance to win.
Bane,
No, Bane's no.
no, Bane did get one. We just don't know what happened to Bane yet. Like Bane hasn't been brought up yet.
Scarecrow would have been
No,
a better
yeah, he
choice.
Bane showed up.
Yeah, right before Dr. Fate showed up to whisk everyone away.
Oh yeah, that was
He
it.
had like a wrestling ring.
Oh yeah. This is why I brought you, just to
Oh
remind
yeah, he
us.
turned Gotham into a fucking fighting arena.
I remember that. That was so weird. All these got like really, really, really weird, and like they really wanted to emphasize the luchador in Bane on that one from Argentina. Mm-hmm. He's your boy.
He is the boy, yes.
All right, so
Muy fuerte, lucha! Oh,
and we have
slap you.
blown out the freaking mics.
sorry.
Sorry, Nick, when you go to edit this and do
Again.
things.
Sorry, Denny, for having to deal with this as well.
Sorry, anyone who's listening. But that's
Our
just
bad.
in general.
Okay, so I mean, it's now
They knew what they were getting into.
So they bring up the people, and now they started releasing comics on each individual person. The first one they released, the Red Death, which the story of the Red Death shall be narrated by the Crow.
Now do I actually go?
Yes.
So it starts off with Flash from, I forget which world it is.
Universe negative something.
One of the worlds.
Thanks.
'Cause, you know, Batman has a multiverse. There 52 worlds.
A lot of
But
Earths.
now there's negative 52 as well.
Coincidentally, that's what this one's from. Negative 52. And it starts with that Flash being seemingly chased by a bunch of his villains because somebody's shooting a freeze ray at him and fire and all that sort of stuff. And then it turns out that it's Batman.
I like the way he just did that.
Batman's kind of gone a little loco because all of the Bat family is dead, and he wasn't, in his own words, fast enough to stop it from happening or to save them. So he wants Barry Allen to give him the Speed Force, and Barry Allen's response was, "You're my friend, no."
Which is the right answer.
He is totally the right answer.
Totally right answer, yes.
But how do you take that? No.
I mean, he's attacking him, so I'm assuming not well.
Poorly.
Then he switches over to fighting using a tank of some sort. It's probably the Batmobile.
Seems about right. Seems like the Batmobile.
Assumptions?
And then he feigns giving up so that Barry will get close, and then he uses some form of knockout gas or some injection.
He injected his leg with freeze with like a freeze
Oh,
concoction.
the thing that Freeze uses to keep his wife
Yes.
in cryostasis, and says, "This, based on your metabolism, this will probably only affect you for about 30 seconds. Luckily, I don't need that," and just starts walloping him into unconsciousness. When Barry comes to, he's strapped to the front of the Batmobile, being forced through the Speed Force to try to rip it out of him and put it into Batman. And then that's when shit goes sideways.
As it wasn't sideways beforehand.
Okay, it goes more sideways.
Goes more sidoways.
Now we're drifting.
At that speed, probably.
Tokyo Drift. Oh.
Doesn't he like yell at him? He's like, "This is not going to do what you think it's going to do." It's like he warned him. He's like, and Batman's response was, "I know,"
More or
something
less.
to that extent. Yeah.
It's something along the lines of, "Bruce, you don't know what you're doing. You can't do this." And
I thought we were talking about Batman.
Wow.
I'm confused.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
That's Bruce, and you were looking directly at him when you were talking.
Bruce knows what he's doing right now.
No, he doesn't. But
I don't think any of these Bruces do.
when he comes back out, he's merged with Barry Allen into the Red Death.
Fusion.
Jeez.
He then proceeds to kill every one of his villains, only to start having his universe fall apart. Probably was a Monday, but he gets met with the Joker for the Batman Who Laughs.
There we go.
And you start, well, from the very beginning, you see his texts, and just underneath it, pale, there's more text, and it's kind of revealed that Barry Allen's inside of him, trying to get through to him, but he can't seem to hear him.
What kind of powers does he have besides just the Speed Force?
Instead of the normal Flash after stream of lightning, his is bats that seem to corrupt the Speed Force and age people.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
He built the cars.
Yeah,
He did.
He's still Batman.
He built a couple cars.
Yeah, that was not in this one though.
No, you're
no,
fine. I'm
no.
like, you're just gonna give us like a little quick like glimpse of what he's doing right now. Like he had fought Barry.
Right now, it's hard to say because the last we saw of anyone, they kind of just let them go. But at one point, he was fighting Barry Allen. He had a arena specifically set up for that, where everything was sand, and he was just chasing him with a multitude of speedster cars.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Speed racers, if you will.
They didn't really show how that went out or how that played out, but we do know that he won.
Yeah, it's because he was like, I cannot run anything you built. That's why I didn't build one and built like 4. And he's like, what the hell are you doing here?
Wow.
It's like, wow, that was so messed up. So that's the Red Death in a nutshell. Without going through like line by line what was going on. Batman was too slow. He's getting old. He could have saved more people if he was faster. And then, you know what? Go ahead and fix it. You know, that's what he wants to do. So he goes and gets the Speed Force, but he does it to like an extent that's really crazy. Thank you, Brady, for the for that awesome rendition of the Red Death.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And now we have the Murder Machine,
Yeah,
brought to you by Kyle.
this one's fun because Batman has abandonment issues.
Bruce Wayne, abandonment issues? Never.
No, never.
Why would
So-
Batman have abandonment issues?
This is Universe 44, negative 44. So his parents die, becomes Batman, does his Batman thing for some time. Alfred gets captured because, you know, they want to know who Bruce or Batman is, you know, Bruce Wayne, so they can kill him.
Couldn't they just go up the stairs behind the bookcase?
Didn't they,
Wouldn't they have, you would think.
wouldn't they have realized that, like, if they knew who Alfred was?
No, they just went to the Batcave. They didn't know who
Yeah.
Alfred was.
Oh, okay.
Wait, which confuses me still is like Bane was doing this, and like Bane already knew.
Harley Quinn, the Croc,
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow was there, and there was someone else. So kind of Suicide Squad-ish, but
But like, yeah, but Bane already knew. We have an entire story called Nightfall based around that.
Maybe this universe.
yeah, but not
maybe,
in this universe.
I was say maybe this universe Bane didn't know.
Multiverse theory.
Negative multiverse.
Yeah.
theory.
Meta knowledge.
As if it wasn't confusing enough. So, Alfred being the stand-up guy that really needs his own origin stories and movies and stuff to figure out why he's able to take this kind of punishment and torture from Bane and not break. So, Bane kills him. And Bruce Wayne is now just sitting in front of, or up away from everyone where the Justice League and everyone is there. They go to console him at the funeral. And blah, 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 I can't do this. He stops Cyborg, being like, you're the only one that can fix this. I had this AI developed when he started getting sick and everything, but I could not figure out how to do this. So Cyborg does figure it out and lets it go. And then Alfred's just starts showing up everywhere, killing every one of Batman's villains.
Can't hurt Master Bruce.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Like, the entire pantheon of Batman villains is now dead.
The Rogues Gallery is now a Rogues funeral home.
Yes.
Jesus.
Damn.
Victor wants Batman to stop. No.
That's not gonna happen.
Well,
Okay.
no, it was Batman didn't want Alfred wanted in. Batman kept him out. Victor told him not to let him in. He's like, but
Yeah.
I can fix him. He's like, no, you can't.
Bruce, don't do the thing. I'm going to do the thing. So Bruce does the thing
Yep.
and basically merges with Batman and becomes a cyborg himself-ish. Not really sure.
Becomes the internet. It feels like it becomes like a 64-bit system.
Okay.
Like he can literally start teleporting around things, and like he got really weird. Like he was like in 3 places at once.
Okay. The kind of like Ultron, but not Ultron.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, but
I really wanted to see the car was on the front cover though. That would have been cool,
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
but it wasn't in the story.
no, not yet. But, you know, kills everyone. The one who laughs shows up, gives him a card, and they start doing evil in Gotham and stuff.
Beats the crap. they go back to our time, and he attacks Victor Stone.
Who's basically the linchpin of this entire thing.
Correct.
Which I'm going to bring up now, but we probably won't answer until next week when we start doing the Justice League. Is Cyborg just becoming a bigger thing now because he's in the movies and getting his own standalone movie?
I think he was a big thing when Teen Titans came out,
Because of
But-
Black Panther.
probably because of Black Panther.
It's possible.
I mean, I'm just
But when you say Justice League, Cyborg doesn't even come to mind.
Well, not in the original Justice League. No, not in the first.
he started in Teen Titans.
He started in Teen Titans, and then he became a Justice League member
Well, yeah.
because-
When he got older.
When he got older.
When he was no longer a teen.
Which makes sense.
but he was like on the borderline of becoming an adult.
It got funnier if you look at like the Justice League War, the animated series ones. He actually went from being a Justice League member down to Teen Titans because those people more related with him.
Right. Right. That's right.
He went down to that, but it was weird. But main Cyborg,
I just feel like Cyborg's their version of Guardians of the Galaxy, trying to bring up a lesser known to more prominence.
as I said, it could be because of the like activist movements that have been going on recently. I could be a little off kilter for that, but like yeah, but it feels like that's.
I feel like they're giving him a bigger role than he's ever been given.
And I'm happy for that. I mean, I'm glad that they're trying to do something with him. But in this one, the mother box makes sense.
It makes perfect sense for this one.
Correct. But like what? Then he like beats the crap out of him, says, I have no, was it the murder machine went after Cyborg and even told him, was like, I have nothing on your information because maybe your technology wasn't worth it anyways. No, that was to Henry Irons. My bad.
Yeah, no.
That comment was to Henry Irons. Then he puts Victor's dad on the phone and then mutes him so they can't hear him, and then dismembers freaking Cyborg.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that got a little
Yeah.
It's pretty
wow.
dark.
dark multiverse. What do you know?
Yeah. Oh.
And then kidnaps his dad for some reason, and then they're mentally attacking him right now. They become a cyborg.
Doesn't he? Well, doesn't Victor's dad have like knowledge of things? 'Cause
Everything.
Everything. Because like
Everything.
he's a smart guy, so
Correct.
probably a reason why you would attack his mind.
But here's the thing: it's like, when we were
Well,
talking,
no, they're attacking Cyborg's
Oh,
mind.
Cyborg. Oh, well,
Cyborg's
Cyborg's
like
mind,
the key
yeah.
because he has nth metal inside the mother box inside him.
inside.
Yes. That's right.
But then you also got like, what is it? You were talking about like Red Racer did the whole thing in the Bat Pit.
Red
like,
Death?
The Red Death. That's why I keep saying it. I don't know. They did the whole thing, but Cyborg had already been kidnapped, so the murder machine didn't have a scene for that.
right.
Where everyone
No,
else
they
did.
didn't have to set anything up.
Correct. Which because they already had Cyborg.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of.
So we move on then. The next person,
Dawnbreaker.
your boy.
My favorite one. So, Batman's parents die.
What universe we in?
30.
Negative 32.
33. Yeah, 32.
Negative 32.
Had to type that out so I would remember. So, Batman's parents die again. Kind of how all this really starts.
Okay.
Usually.
But as they died, a lantern ring shows up and gives Batman the power to be a Green Lantern. And
Was it because instead of being like
Afraid.
scared, his
No.
will overpowered to
yeah,
the point where he
his will overpowered his fear, and he basically shed all emotions other than willpower. And that much will attract a Green Lantern ring almost instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, he goes and kills Joe Chill and overpowers the ring and kills Joe Chill. Tries to bring back his parents. They basically become zombies. I don't really remember.
something like that.
Yeah. They're
And-
able to say I love you, and then he realizes that it's just a puppet and throws him aside.
Yeah. And then he becomes the Lantern Bat for some time and starts killing things and overpowering the ring.
Because he had to crack the ring. Because
Yeah.
the ring let the darkness in. He had to let the darkness in.
Right.
To do that, he ends up killing Harvey Bullock first,
Yep.
then Gordon.
Well, he kills Gordon because Gordon calls him to the roof with the signal, and he's then like, "Oh, you have a daughter. It's a shame."
Well, yeah. Well, it was because Gordon started back talking with him. What you did to Bullock, yada yada. He's like, bull crap. You shouldn't be doing this. And he's like, oh, too bad she's an orphan, and then kills him.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Because you remember the ring. This is before the Green Lantern rings got overwritten to allow murder during the Blackest Night incident.
Right.
This is
Yes.
all prior to that. So he had to actually break the ring to allow it to murder.
This is even before Hal gets a ring, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he got Hell's ring, I think.
Yeah. Well,
No,
no,
the
well,
timeline wouldn't have worked that way. Yeah. No, but
No.
he did. He did beat him before, didn't he? He said he beat Hal in his universe.
probably when he got
Yeah.
older. I mean,
Yeah.
he gets taken to Oa once he's more of an adult than anything. So,
Well, doesn't Oa come and visit him?
Yeah, and
well,
I
Oa
know
basically
that.
comes and kidnaps him and brings him in front of all the Green Lanterns.
And then he left, and then everyone
At
shows
which
up to
point-
I don't think he said to Hal that he's fought him before. He just
Oh.
said, I've killed Green Lanterns before.
Yeah.
In fact, I killed all of them.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.
and basically corrupts the entire will source to become the Dawnbreaker by letting darkness merge with will, and initiates blackout, and then everyone dies.
Yep, kills literally.
Like all the Guardians, every Green Lantern.
It was a good time.
Yeah, the fight when he actually fights Green Lantern, that's fun because, you know, you have the light of the green versus the darkness, and yeah, it's really just interesting. I don't know how to explain it.
He turns himself into a strobe light.
More or less.
Oh wow.
He literally said
I've fought in darkness before.
he goes ring strobe mode and literally turns on a strobe light for all of his powers. So like, you know, the darkness couldn't like catch up with him.
So he put his ring in rave mode.
Yes. And then he starts because he's a better fighter than he's had more hand-to-hand training in combat than in this situation this Bruce Wayne would.
Well, yeah, this Bruce Wayne never went through
any form of training.
any form of training, never worked with the League of Assassins or any of that nonsense.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he was a kid and he didn't have time for that.
No,
Yeah.
he just went straight into being a lantern.
Yep.
and beat the crap and just he relies really heavily on that ring.
Right. Right.
And like getting that blackout, being able to crack it and let the dark in was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
But Hal doesn't have a ring in this universe. Hal is his ring.
ring.
He formed his own ring through willpower.
yep, there was he actually formed a freaking anvil and he started hammering it out. And every time he struck it, everyone through the entire spectrum actually saw him striking the anvil and like him creating a ring.
Nice.
So it's actually pretty cool. It's actually,
Oh yeah, I really enjoy it.
To have him actually say that to him too is like, I do not have a ring. I am my ring, and beats the crap out of him, and then loses.
Yeah. Initiate.
A for
blackout.
effort.
No, he did. He initiated blackout the first part, and then still lost. Like, yeah, he actually came closest. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
he came really close.
A for effort, kid.
Good try.
Good try.
Which brings up to because like I said, he did the fight. They strapped him to it, and that would be the ending of that. That his current.
Yeah, they're all with Dr. Fate now.
Yeah, they're all like the doctor. Everyone like we're bringing up to is like their fights, and now everyone's off doing their own thing right now with Cyborg 3000 or whatever they called him.
1
Cyborg 1
million.
million. That was it. It was strange. Wrong universe. So that brings up the next one that was released, The One Who Drowned.
The Batman the Drowned. Welcome to Universe -11.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, -11.
-11.
But in this universe, it's a gender swap role. Like the main heroes are actually all females.
You would think they would have to do that at some point.
Yes.
For a multiverse theory, yeah.
We're gonna find
it's
it.
gonna happen.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, -11. This is the story of Bryce Wayne.
Bryce Wayne. Okay.
Yes, Bryce Wayne. And it pretty much goes for her that got at the end of you know dealing with the loss of her love, Sylvester Kyle.
Oh,
Talk about a second.
I go Sylvester the cat, Selena. Oh,
There it is.
Catman, not Catwoman.
I get jokes
Gotcha.
now. I get jokes.
Yeah. After, her dealing with that loss and chasing down the rogues gallery and killing them to avenge him, the Atlanteans showed up to ensue peace. But
With Aqua Woman.
yes, with Aqua Woman.
So Mira?
Yes.
Couldn't tell you. No, this was just
It's Mira.
No, there was a Mira.
Marvin. Oh.
I was going to say Marvin.
Marvin.
Arthur?
No, because Mira is the
Arturo?
guy, in this situation. So she shows up and they're not they're not peaceful like they used to be. They're going for the takeover.
yeah, they say they claim peace, but this Batman claimed, "Oh, I know better. They're gonna start shit." And lo and behold,
They start shit.
they start shit. War breaks out, and she's there fighting them off, fighting everything, and she kills the Aqua Woman. Like, I will redefine vicious for them, and pretty much kills that Aqua Woman with her trident. So the Atlanteans' response to that was, "We're gonna drown Gotham. Screw you."
Oh, okay.
All of Gotham just gets swallowed up by water, pretty much. And so now you got this Batman augmenting herself. She's performing experiments on herself to try to breathe so she can fight them underwater. That she succeeds. Then she starts performing more augmentations on other things to create her own army to fight the Atlanteans. She calls them
The Dark Water.
the Dark Waters.
Pirates of Darkwater.
But she's got the trident. You got to remember
Got
that.
the trident. Yes. Okay.
She also has a
Hey,
trident.
instead of a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she gets it, fights off the Atlanteans, kills every one of them practically, and, just rules the whole underwater Gotham. And she sits there with just like a small lantern shining in the sky of her symbol till the one who laughs shows up.
No
look
way.
bored.
Yeah.
No way he showed up again.
Yeah, he showed up again. Told her some things. She agreed. She followed him. Welcome to Amnesty Bay on, Earth Zero? The Prime?
Earth Prime, yeah.
Yeah, Earth Zero, yes.
Yeah. And she shows up at this place called Amnesty Bay. She's like, well, this is my new beginning. I'm going to drown it. And just summons water and just starts drowning it. But as she's doing that, this Earth, Aquaman and Mira show up.
Oh.
Yeah. And like nothing, just honestly beats the ever living hell out of both of them.
Nice.
Like they were nothing.
Aquaman can't control that water. It's
Nope.
her water.
it's
Yeah, that is like the
the
key thing.
black water.
She constantly explains throughout that whole fight. These are my waters, my rules.
right.
So Mira can't use her aquakinesis. Aquaman has no real power in it. Nothing.
That
So
sucks.
she pretty much beats them senseless. And then her dark water creatures come out. Start coming, grabbing Aquaman. He's like, nope, run. Telling Mira to run away. Go tell Justice League what's going on. Grabs her by the throat, says, you ain't going nowhere.
Ooh.
Dark waters get her and start corrupting her. And Aquaman's just screaming out, no, don't do that. Oh, my love, shit. And she just stares at him. I know that look. That's the same look I had when I lost Sylvester. I want you to relish in that look.
And then Dr. Fate shows up.
Dr. Fate shows up and just saves Aquaman. She's like, I don't know where he went, but this is my world now.
And you don't know, you said this is as far as you've gotten so far. So you don't know what happened after that. Because I told you everyone starts fighting. So Aquaman has to fight the one who drowned. And he goes, and next thing you know, he gets brought down to the underwater Batcave. And they start duking it out, and he's screaming, give me back my mirror, give me back my mirror. He goes, don't you recognize this beast that I'm riding?
Oh.
And literally augmented her into like a freaking blue whale or something. At this point.
More or less.
And just like, he's like...
Megalodon.
A megalodon. There we go. That's it. That'll work for this current situation. But like literally, he can't fight her anymore. He just like loses. Like everyone else is like, I'm close to the fight. Him on the other hand is like not even close.
It ended before it even started.
No, not even.
Not even that.
No, not even close. It was horrible. But like, by the way, during these fights that we're talking about, you have Cyborg who's narrating the fights, going like, "You need the team player. You need the unruthless aggression." And like literally, you're seeing all of these. Just you need speed for the Red Death, and like, yeah, no, that didn't work. And he's like, "You need ruthless aggression," and then you got freaking Aquaman, and that just died. Like it just keeps going down as it goes. Like you need the beacon of hope, and that was drowned
Like
out.
these guys are just getting knocked down.
Yeah, it was
one
like,
after
and I don't
another.
have. He's like, and I don't have a team anymore.
Yeah.
So after the one who drowned came out, we moved on to the next universe. For mine, the Merciless
God, I love that one.
Universe -12. So one over
Yeah.
from the one who drowned. And this one's a bit weird. It's you pretty much open up the first page. You see Batman screaming into the sky with Wonder Woman in his arms. Like pretty much just like she's died. He's losing his shit, and he doesn't know how to handle with loss because apparently, still 12-year-old memories. Still stuck there, right? So he's at this point trying to take out the military leaders. Like in the real time, he's taking out the military leaders as he's doing this.
Right.
So like, and it's hilarious for him because he doesn't care. Like he's just like, you guys, you have no power over me and you can't beat me. So it causes you to bicker amongst yourselves.
Right.
And that's pathetic. So you go back to their time to Universe -12, and it's got Ares. Ares has developed a new suit of armor, and it has desolated the world.
I thought it was just a helmet.
Yeah, no, it's a whole suit.
It's a whole suit.
Whole suit.
Okay.
But the helmet wasn't on him at that point. The helmet was knocked off. So Wonder Woman warned Batman, do not do it. The power will corrupt. Absolutely don't do it. Whatever you do not put on, no matter how tempted you are, don't do it.
I'm gonna do
so
the thing.
Batman does it.
I'm gonna do the thing.
And his exact words were, I would make war just. I would make it fair as its goddamn God. Or as its damn God. His exact words, as his damn God. And he puts on the helmet and murders Ares.
Wow.
Like, literally, he just like walks around with his head in his hand. Now he's got the full suit of armor on.
Kratos Batman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So Kratos Batman is see, everyone has a story. I can do everything from the past. I actually have to like talk about what's going on now to actually
Okay.
get the full effect of Merciless.
Gotcha.
Because Merciless is like to me when I was reading him, he was the linchpin.
Oh, jeez.
I thought I'm like, this is the guy right here. This is the guy. He's gonna screw all this up, and he's what's gonna cause the whole universe to fall. So he gets pretty much murders everyone. Doesn't show any mercy. He's like, you know what their mercy was? Their mercy was me letting them. Mercy for me would be that me killing them, because they're too weak to understand what's going on. And when I was on my way up there, after I'd murdered everyone, I was God of Warring the crap out of this and Kratosing my way up to up Olympus. And he was literally going to go kill the gods. And then the one who laughs shows up. The one who laughs tells him, your world, everyone else is like, you're bored, come with me, but your world's going to end. They just looked at him and went, you're doing fantastic job. You are playing by the rules, and it is awesome. But the rules are being changed as you're playing. Your world's about to die. Do you want to go find another Wonder Woman? And literally hands him a picture of Wonder Woman from Earth Zero. And he goes, I'll go. Goes. It was like, he even says in his story, he's like, we came through the portal. You get to see the portal progression from his side. Like, you didn't get to see through anyone else's. Just as you raise up, you see all the people in front of you. He's like, I saw you. I couldn't look at you. I wandered off so I wouldn't look at you. And I found the temple that was built to this universe's Bruce Wayne. And I saw the story, which is really cool because they actually gave a panel of everything that happened from like the Court of Owls till now.
Yeah.
And on a wall. And he was like, then he goes off and starts doing his thing. And he's like, they actually nuke him.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they nuked him. And he just sat there on his throne.
All of DC actually.
They nuked Washington. And it was pretty cool because like everyone who was praying to him for protection, like the people, the warmongers, the generals, were all on their knees, hands and knees praying, and the nuke didn't kill them because they were appeasing him.
Wow.
By the way, the person that was with them was the Air Force captain. Steve Trevor, thank you. That loved Wonder Woman. Batman remembers that.
Wow. Okay.
So he gets to see this thing. He takes off the helmet for a second. He's like, I forgot exactly what he was talking about. He's like, I wish you could see this world. I wish you could see the world that I had made. But how was I? And I'm like, oh man, geez, and she's there, and it's gonna do this for love. And then the next page was, how would I have known you were still only unconscious? How could I know you were only stunned? And then you woke up and you had to reach for the helmet, didn't you? You had to reach for it. What other choice did I have but to kill you?
Jesus.
And then I look at this man. He reminds me of the weakness that I was. Really grabbed Steve Trevor by the throat and let's listen. He remembered the weakness that I was, the mercy that I tried to show these peasants, and literally it was like, this took a 180. I don't know. The whole story makes you think that he's going to be the reason that these knights lose, and then the next one's like, oh, he's the most resolute.
Yeah.
That whole, because here's the thing, it's like you got to you're going through it, it's like nothing, and then it's like a commercial, and you're like, yeah, and then the next corner, Batman, full beard, one eye missing, pissed off, and I'm like, that's my Batman right there. That's my dude. That's my dude right there. I'll take him. So he gets to fight Wonder Woman now. Wonder Woman's fight with him is probably the most entertaining because it hits the closest to home
Oh yeah.
out of everyone's. So gets down there, and he has a sword in his hand. She's got a sword, and she goes, why don't we fight hand on hand? And drops the weapons. He goes, fine. Drops it. And she's like, you could never beat me in hand to hand. Starts whooping his butt. He's like, you're right, but I had a teacher. And as he lands on his feet, he flips her and throws her. And he goes, who would teach you? You did.
Oh, jeez.
And she goes, I would never teach you, not over my dead body. And he goes, it's not while I would live. I would never teach you. She goes, yep, that's why you did it when you were dead. Your Bruce Wayne has a giant penny sitting in his Batcave. I, on the other hand, have a giant drachma made from the coins that were put on every Amazonian's eyes ever.
Oh, jeez.
Say hi to your family, and hits it with a gong, and literally all the dead Amazonians, including Diana, come out of the coin
Holy crap.
and start attacking her. I'm like, whoo, okay, this one ain't fucking around anymore. I like this one.
Game over. Oh.
Yeah, that was the game changer right there. Like, not only am I gonna like beat you because you love me, but I'm gonna beat you with the people that you loved. And it was awesome. It's like that he made the drachma coin out of a gong, and he beats her. Obviously, everyone beats everyone in this one. Because it's Batman with their powers. It's Batman's intellect with their powers. The only one who doesn't have Batman's intellect is the Dawnbreaker. So it's kind of interesting to see where that goes. Because I feel like he's going to screw this up now.
What? Hell, Jordan screw some. I mean, Green Lantern screwing something up?
But it's not the Flash going back in time, okay? So give it time.
Give him a moment.
I'm pretty sure Red Dead will do that.
Barry Allen's still inside.
All right. So we move off that one. That's where we're at with that story. We move over to the Devastator.
The Devastator. This is going to be universe -1, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
One off from 0.
One off from 0.
Makes perfect sense
Makes
for
perfect
it being
sense.
the Devastator.
So it starts off in the tundra trying to get the Tower Fork, pretty much. And you see like a bunch of superhero corpses in the snow, and you see Lobo fighting.
Man.
You see Lobo fighting Doomsday Batman, and I'm like, oh, Lobo fighting Doomsday Batman. If Lobo's in this fight, that means shit's gone down.
Something's gone wrong.
Something's gone completely wrong. So this is how it starts off, and you just see Batman just kind of mock Lobo, going like, you know what? You used to be something important. Now you're just a joke. And he freaking takes Lobo's hook and gets him right in the chest, and Lobo goes, oh, crap. And he starts swinging him around and throws him in the sun. And he goes, and as soon as he does it, he goes like, I'm going to show you the light of the error of your ways, or some shit. And Lobo goes, frack, this sucks. He just gets thrown in the freaking sun.
See, here's my favorite moment still. The Devastator sells my favorite moment. He's like, we need to get that Cosmic Tuning Fork over here. And he goes,
Cosmic
"Ha,
Tuning Fork.
I found a bunch of ways, but I figure we're going to do it like this instead. I'll just rebuild it when I get it there.
There.
And literally just punches
Throws it. Yeah, just
he punches through
it over there. I was like, okay. And as soon as that whole scene happens, then you go back to his universe, because they were in Earth Zero for this process, but he goes back to his universe to tell the story of why he became Doomsday. Batman versus Superman story arc, but alternatively, Superman ends up like being the bad guy. He had everybody's hopes up, and he betrays everyone.
They don't know if it was a solar flare that changed his mindset, or
Yeah.
But once this becomes out, Batman starts believing that it was his intention the whole time.
Yeah. It's just a huge thing. And you see Batman with a kryptonite spear trying to face Superman. Superman, fucks him up really bad. He zaps lasers at his arm, cuts off his arm, and Batman's like, oh shit. Like, it's like, oh crap, this sucks. Superman, biggest statement he could ever make to Bruce, it's over, Bruce. No matter what you do, if I look at you, I could split you in half. I breathe at you, I could stop your heart. If I touch you, I will break every bone in your body. What possible way could you have stopped me with a kryptonite spear?
No, the best part was
Right?
it was him saying, "I've heard the whispers.
I've heard the whispers
throughout all of Justice League. Everyone's saying, well, you could beat me all the time.
That's right, you could
What
beat me all the
do?
time.
If we went you mano a mano, what you could do? Look at you.
Look
at
at
all
you.
the stuff I could have done to you this whole time."
Yeah.
Martha?
Martha? Yeah. Martha?
Why would you say that name?
Why would you say that name? But I guess Batman being Batman, he had a trump card.
He always does.
It was like, well, like we said, it was kind of like a last resort move.
Okay, but you got to remember before we go into that, it was how Doomsday came to be in this universe,
Right.
in New 52. It was a virus.
A virus.
It wasn't just a Kryptonian that was spliced over and over and over again. It was a virus, and
Yes.
Superman had previously had that virus, while Batman
Yes.
attempted to find ways to cure it. So obviously, it stands to say that Batman would have a strand of.
He had the strand.
Doomsday virus.
Yeah, he had the strand with him at that moment, and he pretty much activated it himself.
He did the thing.
He did the thing he shouldn't have done, but he did it.
No, actually, no offense. In this world,
Probably should have.
this was
That's the only one
This is the only one so far that makes total
Soul
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Where it goes from here, on the other hand, is where it
What he did with the thing.
Yeah.
Right. So he imbued himself with the strand, and he regrows his arm instantly, and he just turns into the Doomsday Monster, and he just goes to town on Superman, grabs his face, bashes into the ground, spews kryptonite into his face from his own mouth, a poison, and he go, well, God, the line was good here at this point. Well, it was about, you said I couldn't hurt you or something, or it's like, how do you feel now? Something like that, right?
Now who's weak?
Now who's weak? Thank you. It's like, now who's weak? And I forget that Doomsday has this ability where he can actually grow his spikes out, and as soon as he sprays him and Superman's blinded and, you know, dying from the kryptonite, spikes shoot out from the ground and it skewers him, like practically impales Superman on the ground. And Superman's now dead.
Yay!
Chris probably would have enjoyed. Chris probably enjoyed that.
I did.
Yeah.
That's the one he did read.
That's the one he did read. And as soon as that happens, his whole world is like practically dead because it's crumbling
from the Doomsday
virus.
You gotta remember, hold on. Doomsday virus was not like something to mess with, okay? Doomsday
No.
virus was like when Doomsday came out in this series, it was like Superman's like, what you're saying is I'm the only one that can stop him. It's like, no, you're the only one that can stand being close to him for more than 7 seconds without
yep.
being blown to being incinerated.
Yes.
So like when he did this, it was like he's emitting enough energy and like it's contaminating everything. So the whole world literally looks like Doomsday spikes right now.
Yeah, because the whole world's falling apart. At that moment, as soon as he kills Superman, the one who laughs shows up and says, there's another world that you could do to actually save everybody and prevent Superman from doing this. And it goes, take me there. That was it. That's all he needed to hear. Take me there. I want to stop this.
Although he does have an interesting reaction when he sees the Batman who laughs.
Oh yeah, Joker.
Yeah,
I thought I killed
Joker,
you.
I thought I killed you. Yeah, that's right. He goes like, then he shows up so he's in, Earth Zero, and he goes to Metropolis.
And for some reason, he can harness the transformation.
Yes, he can harness it, and he starts infecting everyone,
Ooh, including Lois Lane.
including Lois Lane. He shows up to her personally and shakes her hand because he wanted her, he wanted it to affect her the most.
He's like, I want to block off that false love and that false hope that Superman did.
Yep, because he really believed that Superman did it on his own and didn't believe that he was being infected by anything.
Once he infected himself, all thoughts went away.
All thoughts went away. Yep. So pretty much she's now infected. Like that's pretty much game over for her at this point, unless someone comes with a cure right away. But Supergirl, Superwoman, and Guardian show up to try to stop him. They didn't really get into that much of a fight, but like you see like a laser blast, he gets hit and he goes, "Oh, how cute. All right, Superwoman, let's see what you got."
He backhands everyone.
He just pretty much takes them all out. But then you see Lois and her son, John. John goes, "I have to go. I have to help them." She goes, "No, you can't. It's suicide at this point." But you could clearly tell she's already being infected because it's starting to grow on her, and it gets to the point where she locks herself into her own house.
No, she locked John into
out.
the safe house. It
Yes.
says your father could not even break this glass.
Yeah, so she locks him in. Sorry. It's kind of like a sad thing going on.
Then he has to watch her transform.
Yeah, so he's witnessing his own mother transform in front of him to become something else. I'm sitting there going like, I can understand why he's called the Devastator.
He devastates the fields.
He devastates the fields. Yeah.
The more and
So
more
he's devastating.
Devastating.
the more and more I listen to these, the only way that's going to be fixed is a Barry Allen timeline shift.
Barry Allen. Barry Allen time.
Yeah, I was
time
just thinking that.
I'll be back, guys. Where are you going?
do a thing.
I'm gonna go do a thing.
Barry, don't do the thing. I'm doing the thing.
Do the thing.
Bruce obviously did the thing. Let's all do the thing. But I mean that was pretty much it for the Devastator, which sucks. It's like besides taking Superman out of midair one time.
Yeah, it was pretty much how he just kind of veered off. Was that? That's what I did. I destroyed my own universe with one move, and now I'm gonna fuck up your life because I don't want the same thing to repeat on my world.
I mean, but the worst part is like we gotta remember like all these people were talking about like Flash came to our world, like the one who drowned came to this world, and like they all did this to their hometowns.
Yeah,
They didn't like. It wasn't like they all went to like Chicago or something. Like Flash went to Central City. He went to Coast Coast City, excuse me. Couldn't for a second. Like Amnesty Bay is where Aquaman usually called home for a long time. There, he went to friggin' Metropolis. Like, everyone went to Wonder Woman's Merciless. He kind of just went after DC, which is the closest you're gonna get to Themyscira without finding Themyscira. So it's like, but everyone went to their hometowns to pull this off, which is awesome thought process. I enjoy that little like niche to it. And he with the Dawnbreaker, which we forgot to, is like it says the man without fear. Like he stopped at the frickin' sign and changed it to the city without light.
Yeah.
That was a good. That was
a nice little touch.
That was a nice little graffiti moment. It's going there. So that's all of them, except for the one who laughs.
Oh yeah, that's a crazy
If
story
you have a
arc.
chance to take a look at the one who laughs, it's amazing. Just like the picture of it all, it's just like the whole theory is amazing. And he takes place in Earth -22.
Okay.
Which is weird because like you don't think of like these Earth negatives. They don't really hold very many premise, but like the way the world was working on -1, that makes perfect sense, you know.
Yeah.
Batman becoming Wonder Woman after being one away from like the universe where everyone's gender swapped, kind of makes sense. 22, random, just out there. 32 and 44 don't make any sense. They're just they're on their own. And then was it
52?
52, the last one out there.
Well, because he's probably fast enough to get down to 0. Oh, sorry.
0 to 52 in
0-52 in no time. Yeah.
But this one was in -22, and this is the one where the Joker wins. Is the best way to. Hey, he even says it. Like systematically destroying an entire, killing everyone in the city is a lot harder than it sounds when you gotta get the explosions down right. Okay, he has Batman literally tied down. He starts doing some like I inject you with some genes. You should still be able to talk. I only disabled your motor functions.
I worked hard on that.
I worked hard on this one, okay? Because it tells you how smart the Joker is. Like people really don't people take that for granted. How smart the
How
Joker
smart he is, yeah.
truly is, and he's a genius, chemist. You name it. Like he's got all the poisons that are in him. He takes hits from Superman at some points and still lives.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to break Batman. He's like, you had to bring the people into this. You had to bring the people. So let me show you what's going to happen. We're going to build a new Gotham. You and me, buddy. And literally starts taking kids and shooting their parents right in front of Batman and in front of them. And like then injects them with the poison with the smiles. It's like, you're the first kid of Gotham. Congratulations. Batman finally snaps.
Yeah.
See, he's doing that, though, because he's trying to put the best of Batman. What created Batman was the death of his parents.
Exactly. And he wants to make the best of him.
And the best of him. Hence the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Batman snaps, and then the Joker's neck snaps. In that order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It left from one snap to another snap.
It's like, he literally just gets it and cracks it, and then something comes out of him and infects Batman.
Sounds like a snap, crackle, pop situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely a snap, crackle, pop. It was definitely a General Zod, Superman, Man of Steel moment right there.
Yep.
And then he gets infected with it, and he doesn't really know what it's doing, and he finally starts explaining it to people. Oh, he doesn't even explain it to Superman. He's like, I'm infected. He's like, we'll find a way. Don't worry. And we'll find with these people what we're going to do with these children that are running around that have been infected by the Joker. Batman found some couple of uses for it. He definitely found some reasons for
He
uses.
found some crows.
No, there's definitely some Robins, and then you had your Crow. So then it cuts scenes to the Batcave where the Robins are training.
So good. Not just the Robins. Batgirl's
And
there.
Batgirl.
I want to say
Nope.
Batwoman's there, too.
Nope.
No, Batgirl,
It was
Batgirl,
Red Hood,
Basically
Red
the entire
Hood,
Bat family.
Damian.
and
No,
Robins.
Damian was not there.
Oh, okay. Somebody was shot in the mouth. Looked
Yes.
like Damian.
Nope, it was not him. It was Batgirl, Red Hood, Jason,
Red Hood and
Batgirl,
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd, yes,
Dick's there.
Nightwing and Tim. Damian was not there.
Okay.
Okay, Damian was not there. Neither was Batwoman. So it was just like the main four of the elders.
The Bat family.
And their training is like, this is a lot harder than usual. And he pretty much was just like sitting there having them trade a lot like more difficult. He's like, my mind is being morphed into the Joker. That was his last play. That's what he wanted out of someone. He's like, No, you are training us to be better than defeat you. What do you want us to do? I just want to prepare you for something you didn't see coming. Turns around with 2 Uzis and freaking shoots them all.
Yeah, just
It was
Such a great
amazing.
straight up kills everybody.
Because Fred Hood literally pulls out a gun and tries to shoot him back, but he doesn't because the bullet, he doesn't, unlike everyone else, it goes to their chest.
Yeah.
Where they don't have projectiles to really do anything. He actually shoots Jason Todd straight in the head, so he doesn't have time to
Yep.
to fire back.
Yeah.
Perfect scenario. Batman, perfect thought. Fast forward to the Watchtower.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Oh, God, that scene.
Why did we keep all of these weapons? Oh, that's right. I wanted to use them.
I wanted to study them. And you know what? I wanted to use all my plans. Every single one of them. Why would you do this? Because I wanted to. I didn't feel like holding back, and I wanted to test every single one of these toys. You know how many ways of killing you, Superman, that I have found? Millions. And the only problem with this is I only get to do it once. And then literally, Lois and John come in, and John's like, I was getting hard to see in his eyes. He's like, oh, yeah, you should see this really quick. Don't lie to him. Things are not going to be okay. You're not going to be able to save them this time.
Oh.
See, this is augmented black kryptonite. I already used this on your cousin. She went crazy and murdered her family. Catch.
Play catch as your son.
And then literally watch them murder Lois. Because there's no way she was getting away from it. And then they murdered each other, and then they died from kryptonite poisoning.
Yep.
And he had murdered, and then successfully murdered everyone on the planet. He's like, you did this to your son, Damien, who he had turned into Crow. And then he took all the kids that had been taken care of and turned them into Robins. So he had the main son and the babies. And now he had the whole family. And he has like barbed wire around his eyes. That part's been confusing to me this whole time. Like, how are you seeing? How do you see through this?
Because he's Batman.
Because I'm Batman. And genetic alternation.
I use my other senses.
To be fair, he does
Touch
a lot
gives you
of
strength.
things that you question. That you should probably be questioning how he does them.
No, I'm good on this one.
We're just gonna question why you can't see. But
I'm more questioning on why he's got the crown of like effectively spikes across his eyes and he can't see.
I'm more questioning how he's able to breathe underwater.
Oh, that the one who drowned?
No, sure. Batman Who Laughs. He shows up underwater and is talking with Batman. Who Drowns.
Barbados. Who comes down to talk to the Batman Who Laughs?
Hey, buddy.
You look like you've been busy. You want to do something? And like literally, it's like we're gonna go take over the main planet. And he goes, "Sure, let's go." Like he just doesn't even care. He's like,
You were born of darkness. These worlds of light are what have been kept from you. Oh, they need to die. Why am I in the dark and not in the light?
exactly. And Barbados is just sitting there. It's like, isn't Barbados Batman? Barbados is Batman. God damn it, Barbados is Batman.
Yeah.
It's literally like it's the Justice League versus Batman, Batman, and Batman. And God Batman.
And God Batman.
Can't forget God Batman. Because that's a lot scarier than normal Batman.
God Batman one-shot Superman and Wonder Woman.
Oh, magic.
Magic, yes.
Magic. Which actually, in most situations when you call magic, it doesn't make any sense. But like in this situation, to take out Superman, magic.
Yep.
So far, but like, who's everyone's like honest favorites? Like after hearing these stories, like because now he's by the way, he's doing a Joker style. He's playing. Well, he's explaining his story. He's talking to a guy in a chair. We don't know who that guy is.
I still think it's Connor.
It's probably Connor Hall, and he's like literally sitting there like dropping cards down like the Joker would. So he is effectively, it's Batman with Joker. It's like their minds literally did a fusion dance.
Yeah.
It's you have no restraint. You kill everything because you can. You do things not because you want to, but because you have the power to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Which makes him technically the most dangerous.
They've even stated that
Oh,
in
yeah.
like other comics that he is the most dangerous one.
So far, yeah,
Completely.
He is by far the most dangerous.
Yeah.
He's literally told, even at the end of like one of the other stories, he was like, they think they're in control. They think they're going to get this nth metal and stuff like that to do this. But even when they escaped, he's like, they're literally just doing what I want them to do anyways.
They're playing to the same tune that I want them to dance to.
Exactly. It's Batman. Batman's doing the thing. It's
Don't do the thing.
it's Batman doing the thing. I mean, it's Batman doing the thing.
But in this case, this Batman wants them to do the thing because it works out for him.
So if this podcast isn't called Doing the Thing,
Denny,
you're
Denny did
failing.
not listen far enough. Batman, don't do the thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing. But yeah, no. Who's everyone's favorite? Like honestly,
The Merciless.
after you listening to it, like not who you introduced, but who's your favorite?
The Merciless. Sorry, it's like the Merciless is way cool. Not because of the God mode, just because of how it's like, oh,
It's snapped. Right?
that was like that's perfect.
I still got to go with the Dawnbreaker. Just yeah.
That's my second.
Is it because
pick.
you're a Green Lantern fan?
Yeah, and he's completely and utterly destroying everything a lantern should be allowed to do. He's overpowered it completely. Yes.
That's my second. That's my second.
That
pick.
is what I want to do to the lantern.
The Batman who laughs.
the one who laughs.
I've kind of got a theory that he's gonna turn on Barbados because he
Oh.
just seems like that type.
Oh, totally.
No.
Never.
Never.
No, the Joker always worked well with others.
Always.
He doesn't want complete power and control for himself.
He's totally not the Frieza of this universe. I mean, that we've already. Good job, Brady. Way to come to that conclusion on your own. Those are already the thoughts that we. Good job, though.
I mean that sincerely though,
Good job.
because you're not as into this as everyone
no,
else in this group is.
that's honestly why I
that
said-
sounded completely dickish.
No, honestly, good job. That's honestly my reason why I said it. Is like he doesn't read comics. He's been reading these, which is awesome.
Right.
Don't let it sound facetious. I'm sorry. Did that hurt your feelings?
No,
Oh, good.
Does he have feelings to hurt?
no.
Okay.
That's what we
Say,
thought.
like, what feelings?
I'm gonna have to go right now with the Merciless.
I'm sorry.
The Merciless' story, like the snapping, like the story is amazing for him.
Oh, I agree.
And then you have to go with Batman Who Laughs. He's the only one that kept.
That's a cop out.
That's the cop out. Really? Because
It's like being a Superman fan.
Damn.
Wouldn't that be the Devastator?
No. No.
No.
That's like saying that's being a Superman fan. I'm just going to be the OP.
you're talking to the guy who plays Lou Boo. But I will say though, Devastator definitely is up there with my list, just from still being like he reminds me a lot of the Hulk, of the Bruce Banner like intelligent Hulk,
right.
because he's still got the mind of Bruce Wayne. Because like I said, he had that spire, and he literally was like, they're like, make sure you get it back here in one piece. I have a plan. I'll just reconstruct it when I get it there, and literally just punches it through a wall. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. you had a theory and you're just gonna run with it. Anyone want to add anything onto this story right now?
They're doing this. We'll probably do it again once it finally finishes, but pick it up. They're doing this so much better than how Secret Empire or Marvel ran their big event. They're telling you what order to read it in. There's
are.
not 30 billion tie-ins that make going from
Tie-in.
yeah. There's only going to be 6 actual ones called Metal, but there's only like 20 total. So there's a progression of a timeline, not having to read 40 different characters to understand going from 1, 2, 3.
And there's only like 2 a week. When,
Yeah,
when they
we're-
do drop, there's only 2.
and we're currently on a hiatus until the middle of the month.
It's so much better. Like you're not like, I don't have to pick up 5 or 6 a week. It's just like I got to pick
No,
up 2, and they're gonna be. There's either a tie-in and then a main story, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, they're not breaking the bank to tell their story.
Exactly, Mark.
I don't feel like it's as controversial, but it's pretty great to see these alternative Batmans from different universes, like the what if factor. And that's pretty interesting because we are, everybody's interested in the what if factor. Like, what if Bruce Wayne went this route instead of this route? Like, what would happen to him? What would happen to him if Diana died? Apparently, he becomes a god. Okay.
I don't think they're going for the controversial route. Like they weren't going for
I'm
realism.
glad they're
That's-
not going for controversy.
Yeah,
Everything seems to be.
this was more of a like it wasn't controversial, not like Secret Empire where it pissed off a lot of people that Captain America became a Nazi. Okay, we got that.
which
but,
I'm happy about.
But in this one, it was just more of, hey, this is what happened in this universe, and now guess who's in your universe? You probably need to take care of that.
We got to get more people.
Got more people, yeah.
Batman, do the thing.
Do the thing.
DC's basically like, you assume Batman can beat everyone. What if Batman had their powers to begin with?
What you think?
What if Batman was everyone?
Yeah, so because it gets down to the point that he's like, hey, you still have to remember that Batman is human. Okay, that's you're right. So what if we gave him powers?
He's a metahuman technically right now, according to Amanda Waller.
Well, that's because of the
Yeah.
nth metal that
The imp metal gives him
the
that.
Yeah.
Court of Owls put in him and
But
blah,
we're-
blah, blah.
But I
Makes
guess
him unable to fight gods. All right.
right. So practically, I like it. Due to the fact that it's got these different ideas. I like that, and I like how they're putting them all together in one story to see how
New villain.
the new yeah. I like it. I like it so far.
Chris, you haven't finished a lot of the tie-ins. Need you to get you caught up on that.
Well, I did read about. I think I read up to like the Green Arrow issue.
I got to put these back in order at some point.
Yeah,
I got to sit down here and put
I
these
know.
in order.
I know. I read the stack you gave me. I know. I read that, and I can honestly say I just love it. I just love the storyline. It's like we're gonna tilt Batman in ways we've never seen. Let's tilt. So hey, you want to tilt the world? Yeah, tilting, and all of a sudden, you got these great fucking scenarios on if Batman had all of this. Like in, God, I'm honestly just loving it.
Money.
By the way,
powers,
you're
and intelligence.
10 issues behind if you stopped at Green Arrow.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Oh
behind.
jeez.
I need that list before you put that away. Bernie, what'd you like? So you're not usually a huge comic guy. You weren't before you moved in, and now we got you reading metal and a couple other stories like the Black Monday murders and things like that. What do you think of
God
this?
Complex. Read it.
I like this. My biggest fear is that it's gonna go one of two ways: either everything dies or there's a cop out.
Oh, Batman is the cop out.
Batman's the cop out.
Yeah, that's
We already. I
what
mean,
I'm
it's
afraid of.
It's practically a given at this point.
but
yeah.
Batman equals cop out.
Just don't know how he's going to cop out, and that's what keeps me going.
I like how you looked like he was going to, and Batman lost,
Yes.
but then it wiped him right back to where he was, telling these stories that he shouldn't be telling, and his dad was a part of a cult. That was trippy as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
What's the easiest way to contain Batman? Put him in an infinite loop.
They've done that before. This will be fun to watch. Honestly, I say go pick it up. You guys will love it.
Oh, it's definitely worth this. It's a definitely serious.
If you're
worth
in the
reading.
Chicagoland area, go to your local Amazing Fantasy comic book stores and pick them up now.
They're not going to sponsor us.
Shut up.
They don't listen to us.
They might.
They don't.
You asked?
No, I just know.
Shh. All right. That's everything I've got for this. Next weekend, we'll be talking about the Justice League movie. I'm going to probably go see it one more time before we record so I can have it fresh in my brain just so I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pass on that.
I know you will. You just don't care. You don't love it as much as it. I'm kidding. I know we missed a lot. Like, we didn't miss a lot, but like when we were in the theaters, it cut off a lot.
The aspect ratio when we were watching it was off, and
Yeah.
it was really pissing me off.
Yeah, we actually missed what the Russians were talking about. Like, there was some things they were saying, and I was like, now I just want to know what they were saying.
Was that thing way too close to the screen, or was that screen?
Or someone just needed to reach up and just like turn the knob
turn
just a
the
little
knob
bit. Yeah.
just to back it off? Because I was like, well, there's a cut off the head.
I'm
There's
like,
another
Yeah,
cut off the head.
They had it on full screen instead of widescreen.
Like Affleck's hair needs to be on this shot. All right, that'll be everything for here. My name is Bruce Ward G4.
Mark the Dwarf Kokiachik.
Christy Enforcer Vasquez.
And Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker.
And once again, I want to thank Birdie for being here and the awesome sponsors over at Dungeon Crate. I'm going to play one more promo for those guys. You guys go find them, dungeoncrate.com. Promo code ComicClownDC. ComicClownsDC. Yeah, I said that really fast, so that's what I do.
Gotcha.
And you guys get some money off on your loot boxes. You guys have yourself a wonderful day.
Hail Barbados.
Dungeon.
Here in the Force of Elandril, we elves defend the woods from beasts and men. I myself have helped drive off goblin raiders, slain a giant spider, and composed an elven symphony for the Blood Moon Harvest Festival, and that was before lunch. So when I'm not sliding down the trunk of a barbarian elephant beast after killing it and its occupants with only my dagger and a few arrows, I look forward to coming home to a Dungeon Crate. Dungeon Crate is a monthly subscription box service crafted specifically for RPG and tabletop gamers. Miniatures, dice, tokens, coins, maps, modules, terrain pieces, handmade items, RPG jewelry, and more are yours for only a few gold per month. You even get a digital crate along with a physical one as an added bonus. As an elf, I appreciate quality craftsmanship, and Dungeon Crate delivers. even if it's put together by humans.
Sir, sentries have discovered several dwarves and a wizard trespassing in our woods.
I was wondering what that smell was. DungeonCrate.com. Are you ready? Let the adventure begin.